Hey y'all, welcome to Craftable Things. I'm Patrice, and today I will be showing you all how my Cricut Maker is going to transform this piece of wood into this porch sign. All right, y'all. So these porch signs are super fun and easy to make. Thanks to Cricut for sponsoring this video so that I can show y'all how I spruce up my spring and my porch by making these reversible wood porch signs. So before we begin, let's look a little bit closer at Cricut and what a Cricut is and does. So a Cricut is a die cutting machine that can cut up to hundreds of materials ranging from vinyl to cardstock to even wood and leather. It can engrave, emboss. It does so many different things. The two latest models are the Maker 3 and the Explorer 3. Both of the machines come with a free version of Design Space, which is Cricut's design app, where you can design all the projects, or you can even find some ready-to-make project and make it, and it will give you step-by-step instructions so you don't have to worry about it. So if you're a novice, don't be concerned, and if you are a pro, you will find something also. In addition to all of the amazing things I've already told you, Cricut also has learn.cricut.com, and you will have access to courses and content that will help you learn and master this powerful die cutting machine. All right, so you love those wood signs I showed you, right? So you want to make one. Well, what do you need? You are going to need a Cricut cutting machine, and Cricut cutting machines cut hundreds of different materials. Today we are going to be using smart vinyl, which is compatible with the Explorer 3 and also the Cricut Maker 3. In addition, we will be using a 12-inch by 48-inch piece of wood that we purchased from the Home Depot. You want to make sure you have a sanding tool, so you can use a sander. This is a 150 grit sander, or you can use an electric sander to make sure that both sides are smooth. In addition, you need a paintbrush. We will be using wood stain. We will also be using polyacrylic, which will provide a layer of protection for this wood sign as it will be outside. And you will also need transfer tape in order to transfer your vinyl to the wood, and you will need a weeding tool. So that's everything we need. So it's time for us to get started. We are going to start with prepping the wood, and to start we will be sanding our wood. You want to sand both sides so that it is smooth to touch. This is important to do first because this does take the most time, and you want to make sure that your wood is nice and smooth for your vinyl. Also, you need at least 2 days so that your paint and polyacrylic can cure and dry. So now I'm just going to put some butcher paper underneath my wood so that I can begin staining the wood. I applied 3 coats of this wood stain, and in between I used a paper towel to jot out some of the extra moisture that was there. Once I applied that 3rd coat of the wood stain, I then applied polyacrylic in 3 different coats so that the wood stain could be cured, and also to provide something where the vinyl could really stick and adhere to. So we're done staining and painting our wood sign, and it is curing. So now it's time for us to head into Cricut Design Space and design our image. So we are going to start by selecting a shape. We are going to select a square, and we are just using this as a template. We need to resize it to a 12-inch by 48-inch rectangle, which is the size of our wood sign. This is only for design purpose. You will not be cutting this when you get ready to make your image. Next, we need to insert text, and we want this to say home. So the first side of the sign is simply going to say home, and we need to find a font that is going to look good, and I like this. This is Avenida. It is a Cricut font. I am going to change the template to brown because that's the color of the wood sign that we are going to be using. Next, I want to go ahead and just resize this so that it fits into that sign nicely. Next, I want to go ahead and ungroup the word home because I want it to be aligned in the center. And so we're going to go ahead and select align, and then we are going to center it horizontally so it is straight down the middle of our wood sign. Everything looks good. Now I want to go ahead and weld the word home back together again to make it one. Finally, I need to add some color and maybe a flower since it's spring. And so I'm just going to head into images and I'm going to search for flower. And I think I like that blue flower. So I'm going to go up and select that blue flower and we are going to add that to the canvas. And I don't know if I want to remove the O and place the flower there instead or place that flower in the center. Either way, we're going to use that flower. Next, I can go ahead and delete the template so that I don't make a mistake and try to print or cut that out. All right, y'all. So I've gone ahead and completed the second sign and I am adding a sun to it. This will be for summer and the first side will be for spring. And what I did was I just found another image within the images area and I imported this sun. I like this sun the best. And so I just imported that sun into the canvas, and on the template, I sliced the sun so that it could fit right in the corner of the template. All right, so I selected both the sun and the template, and then I selected slice and it cut the edges off for me, or it at least cut out the parts of the sun that I wanted to go onto the sign. So now I can go ahead and get rid of the template. We don't need that anymore, and we can get ready to make our projects. So because we are using the Cricut Maker 3 and Smart Vinyl, we do not need a mat for this project. And so I'm just going to select without mat. And now I'm just going to look and see what's on each mat. And it looks like one of the images is on here that shouldn't be on here, and it's only because I did not separate the colors into black or white. And so we are going to remove the vinyl that or the image that's supposed to be in white, and we are just going to add that onto its own cutting mat. All right, so everything is all set and we can continue. Now we are just going to select the material, and like we said from the beginning, we're using Smart Vinyl. And so this is going to go through our Cricut Maker like butter. All right, so let's get ready to set it up. We will be using the roll feeder, and all we have to do is align the grooves with the grooves on the Cricut Maker, and it just pretty much snaps right on. It's definitely made for the Cricut Maker. All right, and so we are going to place that vinyl roll inside of the feeder, and that is the trimmer, so you don't have to worry about uneven cuts with this, and that is why I love it so much, because that cut is always even. And now it's time for our Cricut Maker to perform its magic. And it only took about a minute for this machine to cut 48 inches of this vinyl. So I'm very much pleased with the speed of the machine and how easy it cuts this vinyl. And did y'all see that trimmer? That is amazing. And look, it just slides right off. No more cutting with scissors or anything like that. That was so easy. And so now it's unloading and it is time for us to get ready to make our wood signs. So you're going to need your trimmer and you need transfer tape for this part. Also, with this vinyl, I don't like wasting any vinyl, so I know I wanted it all centered, but there was so much vinyl that I was going to be wasting, and I did not want to waste my white vinyl, so I cut it along the edge. And of course, with this vinyl, you have your guidelines on the back, so you're able to cut it straight. Also, if you don't have one of those awesome handy roll feeders. All right, so, or roll holders. So here we are, we're weeding our vinyl. And as y'all see, this weeds beautifully. But when weeding large images like this or large pieces of vinyl like this, sometimes I just cut as I go along so that none of that vinyl attaches to any of the vinyl that I need. Okay, y'all, so we are done weeding all vinyl, and we need to get ready to place our transfer tape on top of the vinyl. This is a pretty large transfer, so we want to make sure everything is aligned correctly, and I just want to make sure I lay the transfer tape down so that it's even with the image. All right, so I am just going to start at the bottom. I usually like to start at the bottom and then bring it up to the top, because typically, I don't know about y'all, I sometimes slant somehow towards the bottom, and that's because the top may not really be aligned with the image. So we are just going to kind of align the bottom. And to keep it in place, I'm going to use this masking tape just to tape it down. And I am taping it to the table because I don't want anything to move. All right, so once I have it here, then I am going to bring it all the way up. And I am going to make sure it's nice and flat. And I will tape the sides down, not really too much, but just so that, you know, it's good. All right, so now we are ready to apply the transfer tape, and we are just going to make it easier for us, we are just going to expose the top part of the transfer tape, fold the backing down, and then we are going to begin applying the transfer tape. And we are just going to lay it here. You want to make sure that you have a squeegee on hand or a scraper so that you can begin to put the remaining parts of the transfer tape down. All right, so now we can remove this painter's tape, and you're going to expose it. And as you are moving, or as you are removing the backing, you are going to be taking your scraper and making sure that you're scraping down the transfer tape. So I'll move it here so you guys can see. And I'm just going to be pulling this. So you want to continue taking your time and scraping as you pull. Make sure that you remove any air bubbles, because you don't really want to have to deal with any bubbles when you get ready to place this on your wood. All right, so we are done with transferring that to the transfer tape. Make sure to turn that transfer tape over and scrape the back of your vinyl. Okay, that will help make sure that you can stick it onto whatever surface and that it removes from the transfer tape the way that you want it to. So I am just going to go ahead and tape this down the same way. Once I have it exactly where I want it on that piece of wood, I'm going to tape it down just so that it does not move around. I don't really want it to move around. All right, and so this is the part where I kind of fold back the backing of the transfer tape, because I'm not going to remove all of the transfer off of the backing just yet. This helps me to keep everything aligned and make sure that we have a nice and smooth transfer. All right, so I am going to go ahead and flip it over, fold the backing, and then tape that first part of the vinyl down. All right, now I'm removing the tape.
And then the same way that we applied the transfer tape to the vinyl, we are going to apply the vinyl to the wood. All right, and so you just make sure that you scrape as you go along. Try to remove any air bubbles that you may see. This will help to make sure that your vinyl adheres to the wood. All right, and so once it's done, I am just going to scrape it a little bit more, make sure that it's nice and secure onto that wood before I get ready to remove the transfer tape. So now we are ready to remove the transfer tape, and I am going to start at the corner, and I like to peel the transfer tape in a downward motion. That really helps with making sure that it does not lift, any of that vinyl does not lift. And now we are going to place that sun, and y'all, this sun looks so cute. It looks like it is actually painted onto the wood, and I absolutely love this design. And now everything looks good. I'm just checking for bubbles. I don't have many bubbles, but there is one right here in the apostrophe, and I'm just poking that with my weeding tool. And once I poke it, you just go back over it and scrape it to make sure that the adhesive on the backing of that vinyl sticks to it. Now I'm going to flip our wood sign over and repeat the same steps that we did for the other side. Once I'm done with this side, I am going to get my polyacrylic and coat both sides so that we can use this for our porch outside. And I am going to apply 3 coats of polyacrylic to both sides and let it cure. And we are going to get ready to have us an amazing spring and summer porch sign.
All right, y'all. So we just turned that boring piece of wood into this masterpiece, and y'all, I absolutely love this sign. We can use this for both spring and summer. That is 2 seasons covered with one wood sign decor for my porch, so I'm super excited about that. I do want to say thank you again to Cricut for sponsoring this video so that I can show y'all how to make all the wood signs. But that's going to be it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are not a subscriber. In addition, head over to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and join us there as well. That's it. I gotta go put this on my porch. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time.